Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie.
Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. For more information on how the CCIDA can assist your business, visit choosechq.com.
From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives, to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check it off, because we make getting vaccinated easy. You've got this, because we've got you. To learn more, visit yougotthis.usaging.org.
From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. Justin, did it? Did it sunrise? I can't see anything out there. This is more like November weather. I was thinking about defrosting a turkey and Thanksgiving today. I said, holy cow, 50 degrees and raining. Imagine that. Ay, ay, ay. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well out there and less grumpy than I am this morning. Oh, my gosh. Well, welcome to the show. We've got a very fun show in store for you. We're going to learn about a huge event that you're going to want to check out here. I'm not going to tell you anything more. And we got some special guests that are going to tell you a story or a bunch of stories about their lives and how this all ties into this huge event that's coming up. And my friend Nancy Rose is here to share that whole thing. And she's been here before, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But it's a huge event. How's that for a promo? Okay, huge. Okay, I want to do a shout out to all of you that, wherever you are in the world, throughout Chautauqua County. If you can watch us throughout the week on Spectrum 1301 at 2 and 8 every day of the week. You can catch us here on Facebook. You can go to YouTube and watch us forever and ever and ever. Also, we are streaming live right now, so let's see who's out there. Always love to hear from Ron Carley, Mr. President. He does Abraham Lincoln. He's over in Michigan, I think it is. He'll tell me. Natalia in the Ukraine. Good morning. Hope you're safe. Leave it there. Karen Cockrum and James, if you're watching in Kenya, good morning. And all my friends and family over in Europe, Belgium, Netherlands, and so forth. Glad you could join us. Also, good afternoon to all my listeners. Ready? WRFA 107.9, Low Power to the People. Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. That's my radio voice. How's that? Pretty good? Okay, thank you. There it is right there. Okay, 107.9, Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So if you're traveling through Jamestown area, you can listen to the show as well. Throughout the week, we encourage you to send us your announcements, or if you have something you want us to share, fundraisers, events, whatever. Here comes. Ready, Savannah? Boing. See how that happened? All right. You can send it to us at Chautauqua Sunrise gmail.com. And throughout the show today, if you want to call in, you have a question, a comment, you want to tell my guests how wonderful they are, whatever, 716-753-5225, 753-5225. And again, this is free of charge. Somebody will take down the information, they'll put it on a piece of paper, hand it to me, or you can talk to me live if you're brave enough. People get shy, they don't want to talk to me, but they we're pretty harmless. Okay, so let's get started for the show. I'm so bummed out this morning. Part of the show today, we were going to have a music colleague, Pat Cook, was going to be on the show, and we were going to do some songs together as part of the promotion for the huge event that's coming up. So, Pat, I hope you're feeling better. And a funny little story, Pat and I have never worked together, but we've seen each other. You know, if I'm playing somewhere over the years, and she'll be out in the audience, and we chat. And it was last summer. I was with the Growlers for a little get-together, and she was in the audience, and she said to me, "We haven't played together before yet, have we?" I said, "Not yet." And I thought today was going to be that not yet day, but it didn't work out. So, Pat, I know you're under the weather. Hope you're feeling better, and maybe we'll catch you another time. All right. And then, let's see. I talked about that. Tomorrow's the first day of June. What the heck? Are you ready for June? It's like, I guess it's going to be a nice day, but it's not going to be all that warm. Justin, what is going on? You don't know. You getting that smoke from Canada yet? No. I saw that. It said possible rain showers and smoke. I go, what? Smoke. Well, it happened last year. I think there was forest fires, and they were coming down from Canada, and they were coming across the lakes. So crazy times we live in. Tomorrow, well, I have my own announcement now. Tomorrow, in the Ripley Public Library, right in the corner of Route 20 and Goodrich Street is the library, I will be unveiling a very special historical marker project that I've been working on as town historian, and a colleague of mine, once again, and he was on the show not too long ago. So here's the book, and what it's all about. It's called History Unleashed, Lafayette's Remarkable Tour of the Greater Western New York Region. So you might, by Chris Carrozza, okay? And Chris was on the show, I don't know, about 6 months ago, something like that. And he's a great guy. And you might say, well, what's the big deal? 200 years ago, Lafayette came through this area. He left the morning of June 3rd, 1825 from Erie, Pennsylvania, and he, through carriage from what I understand, and he crossed at State Line, which is Ripley, and then started his travel throughout New York State, and that's what this book is all about. So Chris is going to be on hand tomorrow to give a little talk about the history of Lafayette coming through the United States, especially Western New York, and we'll be unveiling this special marker. And that's all going to be at 2 o'clock right in front of the Ripley Public Library. I want to read something to you because I'm particularly proud of this. He asked me to write something in his book, so I want to read it to you right now. It says, Chris has brought to light the joy and excitement of life in not only the young American nation, but in our small towns and villages in 1825. To have seen the Marquis de Lafayette in person, a celebrated hero of the American Revolution who served under General George Washington, would have been an experience of a lifetime. Imagine that, 1825, hardly no paved roads or anything like that, and in comes Lafayette. Chris reminds us that we all should cherish and protect our town's history for generations to come. It is wonderful to know that Lafayette first entered New York State in Ripley. Yeah, so Lafayette put us on that map. So anyways, that's coming up tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Yes, I do. I think I even put it in. So anyways, Chris is going to be on hand. He's going to have his books, and he's going to do book signing at the library if you're interested. All right, let me get to some announcements here, because these guests of mine, they're like, when are we going to come on? We'll be there. All right, Chamber of Commerce. Let's see here. The Chautauqua Chamber is proud to present First Fridays for another summer season. For the third summer in a row, this traditional street party in Westfield, it's literally a party there, will literally spill into the streets as the Chamber of Commerce has secured a permit from the New York State Department of Transportation to close Route 20. No small matter there in the village. So they're closing it from one end to the other. during the event. The street closure allows for additional vendor participation and makes the experience safer and more walkable for all guests. So Route 20, which is East Main Street, will be temporarily closed to all traffic from Portage, which is Route 394, to Union Street, with limited traffic from Union to Pearl Street. So you got to know this ahead of time, okay? First Friday events run from 5 to 8 p.m. The closure will be in effect from 4 to 8:30 p.m. during the first Fridays, that being June 6th, and subsequent First Friday is July 11th. The second Friday, it's not the first Friday in July, it's the second, it's reunion weekend, August 1 and September 5. Okay, Chamber President and CEO Dan Heitzenreiter noted this temporary road closure will help to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience for all involved in First Fridays. Our businesses, our vendors, and the general public. We appreciate everyone's cooperation and understanding. Simple detours will allow for emergency access, and there's plenty of parking on off-street lots and throughout the village. Okay, so this is coming up on June 6th, so that would be next Friday, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody has specials going on, and generally there's music and all kinds of stuff. So check it out. Should be a lot of fun. All right, let's go to the next slide, Jeff. Friends of Chautauqua County Greenways Public Meeting is June 11th, okay? In Jamestown Pub. Wait a minute. It's not written correctly. So the meeting is June 11th, and it's in Jamestown, and the public is encouraged to attend, learn about projects that will enhance the county's outdoor trails. In cooperation with the Chautauqua County Partnership for Economic Growth, the Friends of Chautauqua County Greenways will hold its first public informational meeting of the year on Wednesday, June 11th, at 5 p.m. at the Robert H. Jackson Center located 305 East 4th Street in Jamestown. This meeting will provide the public with updates on trail and waterway development and maintenance projects, along with conservation efforts throughout Chautauqua County. Some of these projects include updates to the East Side Overland Trail in Boutwell Hills State Forest, maintenance on the Martin E. Cobb waterway trails, and the grand opening of the Homestead Loop in Boutwell Hills State Forest, among many others. The group will also highlight the upcoming CHQ Trails Day taking place at various locations across the county, on Saturday, June 21. So, I say this all the time, Chautauqua County is a wonderful place to live, and this is just one more reason that you might want to check out this whole thing about greenways, because there's lots of things to do here. All right, my friends, my good friends at a group called Sunshine, S-O-N, Sunshine Charitable Fund, want you to know an update. Because of your generosity, they have been able to help 109 families with defraying the cost, this is sad actually, the cost of funeral expenses when they've lost a child. Not only have they been able to continue with this mission, but they have also once again been able to increase the amount given to each family that they support. None of this, of course, would be done or possible without the community support. So they hope that you have had and continue to have had a wonderful and prosperous 2025. And if you're able to financially assist them, there are 2 Giving Day events happening this summer. On Thursday, June 12th, they'll be participating in the Give Big CHQ. They have a lofty goal and would love for you to help them. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, July 15th and 16th, they'll be participating in the Give 716. So Ellis and his wife, Stacy Conti, have been dealing with this from time to time. Alex has been on the show. It's hard to explain the emotions behind this project and what families go through sometimes. But if you're interested in helping them out, check that out. And also, if you have questions, you can give them a call at 716-640-7896, or you can go to their email. It's Sunshine, okay, like S-O-N. This is all one word, Sunshine Foundation 716@gmail.com, okay? Now, here's another one that's coming up. This is called Lafayette in Fredonia, because remember I said that Lafayette came from Erie to Ripley, then he went to Westfield, well then he ended up in Fredonia on the next day of June 4th, 1825. Fredonia witnessed one of its most storied moments when an iconic figure in both the American and French revolutions, the General Lafayette, visited the village. This historic event will commemorate this summer with the Lafayette Bicentennial Jubilee, a week-long celebration starting yesterday to June 6th. The Jubilee will feature a variety of events, including a reenactment of Lafayette's arrival, a new exhibition and lectures at the Barker Museum, a festival at Barker Commons with food vendors, 1820s era tea with the marquee. Pretty cool. At Grange number 1, a ballet performance by Infinity Dancing Academy, period music, fife and drum performance by the Fredonia High School Musical Ensemble, that's a mouthful, and a vocal performance of Yankee Doodle by the Boys and Girls Club of Northern Chautauqua County. Lafayette and Fredonia Bicentennial Jubilee event schedule goes on and on and on. It's unbelievable, but there's things going on almost every day. Let's see what's tomorrow. Let's go tea with the marquee, then the reenactment of the Grange 1, then there's going to be a dedication ceremony. And gosh, there's just all kinds of things. So I guess the best thing to do is, if you're interested to learn more, contact the Barker Museum for the schedule. So we're doing something tomorrow, and they're going to be doing something throughout the weekend as well. Everybody's excited, and they're going to be doing things up that way until looks like June 5. Then forget about all that for the moment, because there's something else coming up. The Tractor County Antique Equipment Association Spring Tractor Pull will be today and tomorrow. Okay, and it's going to be held at the cemetery over in Stockton Road. If you haven't seen a tractor pull, it's a lot of fun. A little loud, but it's a lot of fun. Scales open at 9 a.m. Garden tractors begin at 10 a.m. Dead weight, Saturday only. Don't know what that means exactly, but farm tractors start at 12 p.m. All farm tractor classes happening both days. Proceeds go to the Chautauqua County Antique Equipment Association, their 50th anniversary celebration. Then we got something from the Bustye Farm Day, okay? And that's taking place, well, let's find out. Join them on Bustye Farm Day and learn about Bustye and Western New York's rural agricultural heritage. Shop the farmers market, tour the museum, and visit the working grist mill. Enjoy yeast breads baked on site, or get lunch from the food trucks. See historic demonstrations and eat antique farm equipment and tractors on exhibit. Enjoy horse-drawn carriages, rides, and pony rides, and other children's events. Admission's only $5 for adults. Children 12 and under are free. Free parking off the Bustye Sugar Grove Road. No pets, please. When is it? It's tomorrow. June 1 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Bustye Historical Society over on Lawson Road. That's it. I don't have any more announcements. We're going to take a little breather. Stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about a huge event. I have to free there.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Okay, so I'm done doing all my announcements, and now I want to welcome some guests here today. 3 lovely ladies are going to be talking about a special event that's coming up soon. And I want to welcome back to the show Nancy Rose, fundraiser extraordinaire.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me.
Nancy, tell us a little about yourself, because you've got an interesting background, I think.
I've got a lot of experience. I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, you do.
I was in radio.
What'd you do in radio?
I was an announcer. I was the assistant manager. I worked with Mark Thompson.
Okay, I remember Mark.
WHUG in Jamestown.
Yep.
And I worked there for about 15 years.
And that was country music.
Yeah.
Because I was in country music, and I was telling you, Mark
There isn't any other.
Mark had a showcase, and we were one of the showcase acts up there at Bemis Point Casino one year.
I remember that.
So when you were announcer, what did you do? I mean, were you like a commentator, or you had your own show?
Yeah, I was on the air. I did have my own show. Wednesday nights, it was a write-in request show.
Mm-hmm. For music?
And, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And It was very interesting.
Did you use a different voice, or did you just use your
No.
voice you're using right now?
No, on radio.
On radio. Some people kind of, like, hey, this is Doc Hamels, and welcome to,
That's what Mark used to call Ron Radio. No, I'm just me.
Just you. So you were with the radio station, but okay, and then what else?
Drove truck over the road.
You're a truck driver.
I'm a medic.
What kind of a medic? Like for what?
I used to work for All Star as a CC, which is
All Star up in the helicopter?
I didn't go in the helicopter.
Oh.
Critical care,
I
which
didn't know that.
was one step under a paramedic.
Wow.
Now I'm still an EMT with Westfield.
You are? I didn't know that.
Yep.
So you know a lot of people I know over there. Cool.
Well, I haven't met a lot of them, but I'm meeting them. And I've done this benefit stuff for 46 years.
Why?
Because I love to help people.
Yeah, cool. What was your first benefit? Do you remember?
For the radio station, it was held at the rodeo grounds in Gary. Mm-hmm. And we had Bumpy and the Sawmill Run.
Oh gosh, yes, I remember them. Those are all my contemporaries,
He will probably be at the event because he sings a lot with one of the bands that's coming.
Bumpy's been around. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
He's from Frewsburg, isn't he? If I remember right, or out that way.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And the Sawmill Run, because there's Sawmill Road. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know these things.
We're reminiscing now. And I've always been country.
I've been everything. I've done it all except
I know.
for rap. I don't do rap. I can't.
Well,
I
I
can't
like
talk
oldies.
that fast. You like what?
Oldies.
Oldies.
We
Well,
used to call them moldy, oldie, golden greats. But I'm just me.
just you. So, have you ever kept track of how much money you've raised?
No, I haven't.
You really should have.
And when I was with the fire department in Randolph, I used to have yearly raises for the rescue squad when I was a member there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just something that I love to do.
Well, we appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
I know that that's an overused term, but I mean, everything you've just told me, I mean, the fact that you still volunteer as working with the fire departments, and, I'm sure you've saved lives and everything else, and that's just a great credit to you, and thank you.
Well, you're more than welcome. I enjoy doing it.
I have more respect for you now.
I got a gold star.
We bust on each other all the time here. I just did a fundraiser with you guys, I don't know, 6-7 months ago
At
over at
Meters.
Meters, and I had the pleasure and honor to back up Holly Abers.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to do 2 songs, remember? I think I did 12.
We had a lot of fun.
I said, oh, I know that song, and then I even switched instruments on her.
Yeah.
I went to the mandolin, so we had fun. So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And that particular day, Meters raised $2,200 for Shriners.
Okay. So how many fundraisers have you done for Shriners now?
This will be my, I think, 4th.
4th, okay. So why did you pick Shriners? I mean, of all the places you could work, and I mean...
Well, because I love
for
to
it.
do this kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
I went up to, I call it Dunkirk Fairgrounds. You're supposed to call it Chautauqua County Fairgrounds.
I would have called it Dunkirk Fairgrounds too.
And I was asking the guy if I could come in there and do a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
It was not just for anybody in particular, just,
Yep.
okay. And they told me, they said, well, they'd have to charge me. And I said, well, you don't know me very well because I don't have any money. And we got to talking, and I said, well, what if it was for an organization or whatever? And the guy said, keep talking.
Yeah.
And Shriners popped in my head. And I said, what about the Shriners? He said, we'll do it.
Done. Good. So you just hit the right button. As a musician, I date myself too. And, I've been playing music since I was a kid, so I think I figured it out one day. I know it's hard to believe. Savannah, prepare yourself. I've been playing for 58 years. I can't believe that.
I know it.
But I've played for Alzheimer's. I've played for fundraisers, for cancer, for good Lord, somebody that needed a heart transplant. Whatever. Musicians are that group of people. You call them up and you say they say what time. They don't say, yeah, well, I'll think about it. And the biggest thing is, do you have a PA system set up? And then if you do, people show up right away. So, am I right?
Yes, I have a professional sound system for this one. You mentioned Infinity earlier when you
Yeah,
were
they're
talking.
friends of ours, great friends.
They're doing the sound for us.
Nice.
And they're also, Dave Hedden, do you know him? He's from out around Ellington,
Maybe.
Cockaigne out that way. He's doing the lights,
Nice.
and they're donating everything.
Well, once again, we've got great resources here in Chautauqua County, and everybody, you just got to ask. That's all you got to do. Okay, so big, huge event. Let's start the date. Let's start out right away, right now. When is it?
Father's Day weekend, June
Father's
13th and 14th, Friday
Right.
and Saturday.
June 13th and 14th. So we're going to go through the numbers like we always do because we both know how we're supposed to do public relations. So where is it?
It's on Route 6 in Pittsfield, Pennsylvania,
Okay,
at Warren County Fairgrounds.
all right.
Hey, look it.
What?
It's magic.
You don't do that in radio, do you? And I've done radio, so it has to be.
There's the flyer for
all right,
that.
so for those that are watching right now, I'll let you run through that one more time and highlight it. But for those of you that are listening to us on the radio, we'll try to give you information like this as we go along. So why don't you refer to the posters for those that are watching and listening?
Okay, we're calling it, actually it's being called Benefit for the Shriners Children in Erie.
Okay.
And it's all country, bluegrass, gospel type music. We've got several local bands that are going to be there and 2 stars. I don't know how many people follow the country music scene.
Oh,
and
this is big country area. I know that.
I know that. And a lot of people know because Gene Johnson used to play mandolin for Diamond Rio.
Cool.
He retired from Diamond Rio, and he is from Sugar Grove.
I'm a mandolin player. He's better.
And being that he is from Sugar Grove, a lot of people went to school with him, a lot of people know him,
Nice.
and he agreed to come and do the show for us.
Is he still playing? Or is he just retired?
He's not with Diamond Rio anymore, but
Just
he
kinda
still
doing his own
plays.
thing, yeah.
And he's bringing in a professional band. He's been a member of the Grand Ole Opry since
Oh my gosh.
1996 or
You
1998.
got some heavy hitters here.
Yeah.
All right.
And then on Saturday night,
Da, 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 da.
Billy Gilman. I
right.
I can't believe the people who don't know who that is.
Well, I always knew him as Little Billy Gilman.
Yeah.
As soon as you said Gilman, I said, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is such a down-to-earth guy, just like Gene is. I mean, you know, he'd be sitting here talking with us just like we're talking, Doc.
Well,
He's
you
a
know,
great guy.
a while back, I said, okay, I got to look up Billy Gilman, and I saw him on The Voice. He came on unannounced, and he just blew them right away. I don't know if he won the thing or anything like that, but I know that
He was on Adam Levine's team.
yeah. So he's been on national TV, probably reigniting his career and so forth.
25 years.
Yeah.
He was back when he was 12 years old and he just turned 37.
Wow.
He put out a song called One Voice, and he will be singing that song.
All right.
It was about a school out west that, you know, when they were going through all the blowing up schools and stuff.
Oh, dear.
The Voice, One Voice was Makes a Difference type song.
Okay.
Went right to the top.
Okay, so you got Gene Johnson from Diamond Rio, and then you got Billy Gilman, extraordinaire, and he'll be your headliner.
Both of them will be, yeah.
Both nights or just one
Yes.
night? Oh, both
Friday
nights.
night for Gene, Saturday night for Billy.
Okay. And then one more thing, is it like, what are the tickets? I mean, how much you got to
It's
pay?
very expensive.
Okay, how much?
$7 a piece, 12 and under free.
Wait a minute, $7 for how much?
That covers both days.
What?
Yes, $10 at the gate,
Yeah.
and $7 if you call ahead and get them.
Holy cow, that's $3.50 a night. That's not even like a burger. I mean, that's nothing. All right. So are you going to have food trucks there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anything else we should know yet?
There's so much. The Shriners are going to be there
Okay.
with their balloon people,
What does that mean, balloon people?
the guys that blow up the balloons and make animals and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if they came in like, those big
Well, you never know
they
what
kinda
they're
bounce
gonna
around,
come in.
All right.
Bunch of good guys, I'll
Yeah,
tell
are they going
you.
to have their motorcycles?
That hasn't been finalized
Okay.
yet. We're hoping,
Okay.
but we don't know.
Because,
for
I
sure.
announce the parades around this area, and sometimes the Shriners
Well,
show up
that's
with
the
a-
thing. We were going to have a parade, but 4th of July is right behind it.
Yes.
And they're not getting any younger than we are.
I can't. I could never do that. I wouldn't fit in one of those little cars. I'm too long or something or other.
It's going to be fun.
All right. So we got two ladies here that have been anxiously waiting to come on. So how about you introduce them and we'll go from there.
This is Savannah
Okay.
and her mom, and I forgot. Oh, Tracy?
Tracy.
Tracy. Hey, I did good.
they're
Savannah
the
is a
Murdocks.
patient. Yes, they're the Murdocks. Dad's sitting over there in the corner.
Brad's
You don't
over there,
want to
he
be on the
chickened
table.
out.
On
He's the
TV.
chauffeur, he told me. We all need designated drivers. So
Savannah
welcome.
is a patient. from Erie Shriners.
She's patient or a patient?
A patient.
Oh, is she also patient?
I don't know about that. Yes, she is. She's done
she
wonderful
appears to be very
today.
patient,
Yeah.
yes, okay. She's a patient, she doesn't look like a patient.
I know it. You got something you want to say?
We'll go from there. So Savannah, where are you from?
I'm from Atlantic, Pennsylvania,
And where's that near?
Conneaut Lake.
Okay, and I know that area. I think your dad and I were talking out 79, you said? Yeah. And that's on the way to Pittsburgh. So it's somewhere between Ripley and Pittsburgh. So I know that much. And you were telling me that you are a student at where?
Conneaut Lake Elementary.
Big school or little school?
Big.
Pretty big? Up here, where my school, we're tiny. We have little schools here. Okay. And you are in 5th grade or going to be in 5th grade?
I'm going to be in 6th grade.
Oh, so you're moving up pretty quick here. Are you out of school yet?
No.
How many more days?
Well, I end on June 5th.
Okay, I used to know every single, how many more,
Doing a
more days?
countdown.
I always did a countdown. And I also did it when I was a kid. I did that when I was a teacher. So I was a teacher for a long time. So anyways, all right, well, I'm glad you're here. And this is your mom, Tracy, okay? And you brought your dad too. It sounds good, so you brought your parents with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, gosh, you have a special T-shirt. I don't know. Can you get a close-up of her T-shirt? This is a very special T-shirt. Maybe move your mug out of the way. I don't know if this can be in the way or not. There you go. Oh, I got the boss says had
stand up?
Savannah stand up just for a minute. We're going to zoom in on you. All right, here we go. Look at that. Shriners Children's Patient Ambassador, Erie, PA.
Wow.
All right. So you're an ambassador?
Yep.
Do you get paid for this job?
No.
What does an ambassador do?
Well, you go to different events that Shriner puts up and kind of promote Shriners.
So do you have like a title like the Honorable Savannah? Or
Should be.
Should be. When you're an ambassador, you should have a title, something. So I'm playing with you. That's great. So today you're an ambassador, right? Okay. So how old were you when you first became part of the Shriner group there?
I was 10,
10. How old are you now?
11.
Oh, so this is a relatively new experience for you. Okay. So I'm gonna put you on hold for a second. Okay, so now you can relax. You did very, very well. You didn't mess up at all. Not like me. So, Mom Tracy. So what's the story here?
So she came home one day and was kind of having a little difficulty breathing. She said at gym class. So we went to the doctor, and they said, let's just do a chest X-ray. Asthma, maybe just like lingering from a COVID or something, something. So we went in for an X-ray, and they had me go, behind, and it came up on the screen, and I was like, wow. And the X-ray technician said, has she been diagnosed with scoliosis? And I said, no. And so when she came back, she wanted to look, and she says, that looks like a big S. And she said, you really should get that looked at. So.
Okay. So for those that are listening right now, we've just popped up Savannah's X-ray, and that doesn't look like you at all. We're looking right through your body. Holy cow! So I got to be honest with you. I've always known what scoliosis is, but I think this is the first time I've actually seen a real person that I know now her X-ray, and so the S is. It starts at the top of your spine, and then all of a sudden, like, takes a turn, and then another turn. It looks like a raceway. So you didn't know you had this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, keep going, Tracy.
So I knew about Shriners, so I called, and I had went online, patient portal, and saw that she had a 47-degree curvature of her spine.
47 degrees.
So
what's like normal? I mean, I don't even know what that is.
0.
0? So she had a big old curve. So what causes that? Do we know?
No, so I called Shriners, and I said, 47 degrees, is that something you do? Absolutely. So they got us right in.
Wait. You said that's what they do.
That's what they do.
What does do mean?
It's scoliosis is something that they handle. They'll help you through it. There's options of bracing.
So you're not stuck with this forever?
Right, yep.
Oh.
So we went, and they actually did a full body X-ray, and they said that she actually has 3 curves. The way that it is, your back is in 3 sections.
Okay, keep going.
So they said over 40 degrees, they usually do surgery. but we had the option if we wanted to try bracing.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided that was the route we wanted to do first. So they did measurements, did x-rays, and they actually made her a brace based on her curve.
Do you have it on now?
Yep.
You have a brace on right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
This whole time I've been talking to you, I didn't even know you had a brace on. Wow, that's cool.
So
when I think of a brace, I think of this monstrous thing
Yep.
like you see in the horror movie, you know? Oh my gosh.
So she
Did
wears.
you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
You know everything.
So she wears it 23 hours a day. She sleeps in it. She can take it off to shower, or she takes brace breaks. We also do physical therapy once a week. It's called Schroth therapy. It's a type.
Whoa. Say that again. Schroth?
Schroth therapy. It was invented by a woman from Germany a long time ago. It's actually breathing techniques. So she actually has learned how to breathe out the back of her left lung and the front of her right lung to derotate the spine. Because scoliosis is, you can see that it's curvy, but it's also twisted.
Watch this. You can breathe separately from one
Yes.
lung to the other?
Yes.
That's weird.
And we call it balloon
Breathing. So you're like blowing up your balloons. So you actually push on the spots that you want her to
Oh,
focus on.
Okay.
And there's like a ladder. We actually built one at home so she can do physical therapy at home.
Oh, nice.
Stretches and things like that to try and derotate her spine. So between the bracing and the exercises and the power of prayer, we are hoping that she won't have to have surgery. She had an x-ray 10 days after having the brace, and she had a significant decrease of her curve. So we go back the end of June for a follow-up x-ray to see in 6 months how her body has accepted, the brace, and hopefully we will not have to have surgery.
Holy cow.
And thanks to Shriners,
Yeah.
if we would have just watched and wait, which is no longer the norm, she would have to have surgery right away. So we're thankful for them.
Oh, boy. So, does the brace hurt?
Not really, but when I wear it, there's just some pressure, I guess.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at a brace now?
Yeah, that's my brace.
That's the purple
Yep,
belt?
purple
like?
camo.
Okay, hang on, I gotta look at this here. Okay, so what's it made out of? I mean, what is it, like a stiff thing? Is it like hard?
It's kind of hard, but to put it on, it kind of bends. Yeah.
So does it keep you from doing anything you like to do?
The only thing it keeps me from doing is gymnastics, I guess.
I could imagine that might get in the way right
Yeah.
now. You like gymnastics?
Yeah.
Is that something you want to do once you get things straightened out, as we might say? Or maybe something else?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing at a time. So, Shriners, if I got this right, charges you like $0
Correct.
or a copay or something. How's that work?
So through my employer, we have insurance. So they take your insurance, but if you do not have insurance, they pay. They, if you need gas money, they give you gift cards. They are willing to help 100%.
100%.
Yep.
Awesome. Question came up on my phone. People text me. Okay. Once you get things figured out, is this something that you always have to wear a brace, or does it go away, or I don't know anybody with scoliosis, so you're the first person I get to talk to about
Well, we're trying to get my degrees, like between all three of my curves, to go under 5.
Whew.
And I don't think I'll have to wear it, but if it gets worse, then I probably will have to go back to bracing, or if it gets even worse, I may have to have surgery.
this. Okay. But,
So usually,
yeah.
right before a child hits puberty is when scoliosis it starts. So what they want to do is throughout that, they want her to brace to keep it stable.
Right.
So when they take x-rays, they can see, it's called your riser score, it's in her pelvis area, that would show them that she is at her full height and she's done growing. So at that point, then her body is where it would stay. So
Okay.
if she would have surgery, they want to wait until she grows, because if you have surgery, your lungs won't grow anymore because you'll be fully fused your whole spine.
Right.
So it's throughout her growth spurt.
Okay.
So basically till you're about like 16
Okay.
is what they're looking at.
Okay. So you got a few more years that you got to keep working at it. Okay. people are going to ask this question when you have all those curves like that. Does it hurt?
Not really, but like sometimes when I'm running or something, I do realize like there's a little pressure in my back, but I just put my brace back on and it quits hurting.
Well, I can imagine if things were kind of curvy like that, that would bother your breathing,
Yeah.
I guess. So when you do the breathing, do you have to blow into something, or you just breathe? I mean, how does that work?
I just breathe normally.
Uh-huh. But they taught you how to breathe differently. You know, it's too bad Pat isn't here, because I think she would agree with me. We're singers, okay? And when I sing, I have to stand about 2 feet away from the microphone because my lungs have inflated so big over the years. So I kind of get the lung thing, okay? And fortunately, you know, you caught this early in your life. So that's great. So how often do you go to Shriners?
Like every 6 months, I think.
Oh, so this is sort of like a monitoring
Yes,
now?
yep.
Okay. Are there other kids that have scoliosis that you've met?
Well, I have like an online friend that she has scoliosis as well. We talk sometimes.
Well, that's cool. You know, that's really important to kind of share how you feel, because we don't know what you're going through, you know. Does she do the exercises and got a brace and all that too?
She has a brace. She's from the Pittsburgh area.
Oh,
There's
so good.
actually a couple different groups online. It's called Curvy Girls,
Oh, I like that one. Curvy Girls.
Scolios Us,
Uh-huh.
and it's an app for kids that they can talk to each other.
Excellent.
And just have someone to talk to, because it is a difficult time
Okay.
to go through.
Okay. Well, Savannah, we're going to continue, because I know you've got some projects that you're working on. We're going to talk about those here in a second. But we got somebody on the phone that wants to talk right now, okay? You ready? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. What would you like to talk about?
Well, this is Holly Abers.
Hi, Holly.
Holly Abers. Rings a bell.
I hear you're with the Queen.
The Queen.
The Queen.
What's up?
So, I was hoping you could mention who the other bands were going to be and the times of the event.
I might do that.
Spoken as a true musician, you got to get your PR in there.
I know, right?
And I suppose you're playing, Holly.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm playing on both days.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So while she's looking for that, what time are you all playing?
Don't know.
You don't know.
You're
Okay.
she's the princess. See,
Yes, I know this. Yes, I know.
She's actually going on before both headliners.
Okay, very nice. And Pat Cook is going to be performing as well?
Yes.
Okay. And,
That's going to be their Saturday.
Mark, the Smith brothers, are they playing?
No, they backed out.
Not this time around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sauron Legion Band will be there.
Okay, I know who. Don Strum and
yeah,
those guys.
uh-huh.
I know these things.
That's where Bumpy will be.
Okay.
And Holly Abers will be there.
Okay.
Pat Cook will be there. Gosh, now I'm going to draw a blank. Help me, Holly. I don't have my paper in front of me. Old Dog Bluegrass will be there.
Old Dog, that's Mark and Steve.
Yeah.
I know them too.
They'll be there.
American Crossroads.
Yeah, American Crossroads. They're from Great Valley.
Okay.
There's a band coming in from down Polk, Pennsylvania, Jimmy Miller. I'm trying to think of the name of his band, and I
Okay.
can't think of it right
All
this
right.
minute. He's a Shriner,
Nice.
and it's going to be.
Okay, well, you know, while Holly's on here, is there a website that people can go to that they can see this information?
I really haven't put a website on, but Facebook is loaded.
Well, let's go to
with it.
Facebook. Where do we go to Facebook?
They can go under my name, just Nancy Rose.
All right, Nancy Rose,
You know.
Facebook.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they can go under my name. I've been posting it too.
All right, so Holly Abers or Nancy Rose on Facebook, and the information will be there. And we've been talking about some of that, but we don't have the times for everything. But I suspect they'll be posting those here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Shriners will have it on their page. I don't remember what they call their page. Do you?
Shriners Children of Erie.
Okay.
Shriners
Well, I
Children's
suspect you
Erie,
can Google that and find it pretty quick.
The doors will open on Friday. Let's start with Friday. They'll
Okay.
open at 1 o'clock on Friday and 9 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay. So, Holly, you been playing much?
Yes, I have. Yes, I did quite a bit in Florida, and I've been busy since I've been home as well.
Good. All right. Well, great. Well, we were just saying, I had fun playing along with you at Meters that day.
that was fun. That
Yeah.
was real fun.
Luckily, I knew the songs.
Yeah.
Rustic Ramblers.
I said, Holly, don't turn your back. I got to see your hand so I know what chord you're playing.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, and we wish you the best for a good season this year.
Okay, we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Rustic Ramblers will be there.
All right. Thank you. Oh, Rustic Rambler's been around a long time, too.
Howard Buck.
Yep.
Yep. And the guys, they'll be there also.
Okay.
When you get put on the spot like that, you can't think of what you're trying to say. I was going to mention
Every
that.
Saturday morning, I experience that. Okay, folks. Well, you just heard from Holly Abrams. If you want to give us a call to continue this dialogue, 716-753-5225. If you want to give a call and ask some questions or a comment. So, when we were getting ready for the show, Savannah said that she had some projects she's working on. So, you've got a little teddy bear here.
Yeah, so we call it a Higgy Bear.
A what?
A Higgy Bear.
Higgy.
It's a wonderful lady. She creates these bears. They're $10, and she can match your brace. So this one comes with a brace that you can take off and take on. And if you've had surgery, she'll actually make some that have stitching here.
Oh my gosh.
So for the month of June, Higgy Bears is challenging all the kids to have fundraisers for their local hospitals to be able to give the bears to kids. So starting in June, Savannah will be trying to raise money so then everyone can have a Higgy Bear to take to things like this or just to comfort them during this time.
Why does that brace look familiar? It looks just like yours.
Yeah.
Does she try to get the same color?
Yep.
And some kids have their straps in the back, but some kids have their straps in the front. I have mine in the back, so.
So she'll just make it just like you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bring it with you. We'll see if we can sell some there too.
Okay, so now I see she has a little. Is this a girl?
Yeah.
Okay, and does she have a name?
Doctor.
Well, she named it after her doctor, which his name is Dr. Day Day.
Dr.
So
Day
this
Day.
is Day Day.
All right, Day Day has a crown. Why does she have a crown?
I don't know.
Oh, me either. I just wonder if you knew. Okay, and and there's something around her neck. Something I see strong, but I can't read the rest of it.
When we're at the hospital, they give us bracelets that says "Bent Not Broken, Scoliosis Strong."
Bent, not broken. Okay, that's great. Now, you got a little curve there, and you're going to show it to us. All right, get right in there. Okay.
So the bears and the bracelets, and there's other different things, shirts and things like that to promote scoliosis on the Higgy Bear site.
Now, I know this is a tough question. Mom, you might know. I mean, how common is scoliosis in children?
It's quite common. I at first had a very hard time emotionally with it, but then I just thought we'll get through this together, and it will help us by promoting Shriners, by promoting scoliosis, that something good will come out of this diagnosis. When we went to Shriners, they asked us if we wanted to do genetic testing. So we actually, the three of us, had to spit in this little tube and to send away to see if there's something that I had, that he had, or the combination of us two that would make her have scoliosis. His grandmother had scoliosis, so it is genetic.
He had a slight scoliosis as well.
So I said to myself, how did I not see it? But I've done a lot of reading, and they say unless you're known what to look for, you wouldn't. I mean, I would have not known that she had 47 degrees, and it would have been small at first. So luckily we were able to catch it. And
so a person walks in here right now and has scoliosis. Could we tell that they had scoliosis?
Not unless we brought it to your attention. There's the slight, the head is kind of not centered. One of the shoulders maybe, one of the ribs, their hips are a little uneven. It's really, seeing the inside is what really can.
Yeah, I when I saw that X-ray, it was like, holy cow!
Yes.
Did that surprise you that it looked that way?
Yeah.
I would think so. It looked, like I said, it looked like the Daytona 500 or something.
Yeah, like a snake kind of.
Yeah. So have you seen a new x-ray since then?
Not yet.
No, yeah, I bet you're excited to see how it
Yes.
straightens out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Can you tell a difference?
Sometimes when I look in the mirror and I'm doing my hair, I realize that like my shoulders are kind of getting even
Mhm.
and the head's getting even. Yeah.
Okay. I know a lot of times my back pops or cracks and stuff like that. Does that have anything to do with anything?
Not really.
Okay. Because do you go to a chiropractor or anything?
Well, we talked about it the other night. I don't really want to go to the chiropractor because then I feel like it doesn't really hurt when I don't have my brace on, but I'm afraid that either it'll make it worse if I go to the chiropractor from all the cracking,
Mm-hmm.
or it'll just like kind of hurt after.
Mm-hmm. I've been going to a chiropractor since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And actually, it feels really good. But I could see where you would be a little nervous, especially when you see that x-ray. A question popped up, is camping available at the fairgrounds?
Yes,
Okay, and
Yes.
what's the cost for that, do you know?
$35 a night, and there's water and electric hookup.
That's pretty cheap. So you bring your own camp or
Yep.
tents? I mean, are there
As
just
far as I know, there's tents available.
whatever. Okay, all right. And they obviously you show up and take care of it there, or do you have to pre-register?
For the campers, you need to call the fairgrounds.
We don't have a phone number for that probably.
I'm in the car.
All right, so they gotta call the word.
Well, it's in the
counter.
QR code.
Okay, all right. Do we have that QR code pop up? Jeff, do we have a QR code on any of our posters?
Yeah, the one I just gave you, Beth.
Okay, so he'll pop that up here. All right, give him a second.
That's all right.
All right. So camping, food trucks, music, wow, for 2 days.
Shriners.
Shriners.
Savannah's going to speak.
Okay, hang on a second. So for those of you watching, there's the QR code. I've tried this at home, okay? It does work, these things. You can actually go up your TV screen or wherever and zap it, and it takes you right to that website, okay?
And it's got everything.
Everything there. Okay, so Savannah, as ambassador, you're going to be speaking about what?
My scoliosis and what treatments they gave me,
Mm-hmm.
and just they're really friendly.
Mm-hmm. So kind of sharing your story a little bit, okay?
There's going to be 2 other patient ambassadors, Liam and Ryan is going to be playing drums.
And not your drums. He's playing his
Own drums.
So he's bringing his own set, of course.
I think it's just like a snare or something.
Yeah, how old is Liam?
I'm not sure. I don't have my paper with
I
me.
think
but
he's a little bit younger than Savannah.
Okay, and that's 2. So who's the third one?
Ryan. isn't
Ryan,
it? Is it Ryan that plays the drum? or
Yes.
is- Yeah.
Yep.
Ryan plays the drum.
And they have scoliosis also, or different?
No.
Different.
Okay, tough question, and Nancy, I think you know the answer to this, but you all can jump in anywhere. Scoliosis is just one thing that Shriners deals with. What else does
Yes.
it deal with?
Any kind of, this hospital in here is orthopedic. So anything orthopedic.
All right, let's talk about what does orthopedic mean.
Bones.
Thank you. I took Latin, so I know ortho means bone. So, like,
Clubfoot,
okay,
bowed legs, spines.
Burns.
Broken bones, all kinds of stuff.
okay. So a variety of things. And again, your insurance is first pay and whatever else gets covered.
Yes,
Somehow.
yep.
And if you don't have insurance, they won't turn your way.
Okay, so,
You do need a referral.
okay,
Is that, yeah, you do need a doctor's
I think so, yeah.
referral.
okay.
But that's not hard to get.
This is a popular show. We got our second caller. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, caller.
Oh, good morning. This is Linda Spalding. Good morning, Doc. And good morning, ladies. And Samantha, this is terrific that you're an ambassador for Shriners. What a wonderful thing to be doing, to be promoting it. I always see the ads on television for Shriner, and they're just so beautiful, especially the ones that they put on at Christmas time, and they thank people for the things that they've done, and they can do these different things now because of Shriners and because of the support they receive. So you're doing a terrific job.
Thank you.
I thought so
Thank
too.
you for coming on the show.
I think
and I don't want to detain you. I want to hear all the great things you have to say for the rest of the show.
Well, all right.
Thank you.
You got a fan. Thanks, Linda, for calling.
Oh, hey, okay, thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you. All right, so you just pointed something to me, and it says the Shriners Children's Erie Attention, Nicole
Vomero.
Easy for you to say. And why am I reading this now?
Because if anybody wants to send any donations in,
Oh.
I don't care if it's $1 or $5 or whatever.
All right.
This is the address you would send it to.
All right, let me finish reading then. 1645 West 8th Street, and that's in Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm going to read this again, 16505. So one more time. Attention to Nicole V. Let's leave it that way. How's that? 1645 West 8th Street, Erie, Pennsylvania, 16505.
And make your checks out to Shriners Children, Erie.
Erie. Okay. Would that be sort of like the way I made this check out from the team here? Shriners Hospital, Erie?
Oh, how nice. Look
Thank
at that.
you.
That's from me and the guys here, okay?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
wonderful.
wonderful.
That's probably not your first donation, is it?
No.
Second?
We've got a lot.
Oh, dang, I want to be the first. Well, anyways, we
about
support you
that?
guys, and you're doing good work here. So we still have a few more minutes. So this is a fundraiser. You're going to have big stars. You're going to speak. Anybody else going to speak? Any of the Shriners going to talk?
It depends upon who's up there. Now, last year I had a guy named Mike that was from Buffalo's Shriner. He was a potentate out there last year.
All right.
And he is, again, helping us this year.
Okay.
And he's really good about getting up there and talking.
A lot of people don't realize the Shriners are actually a branch of the Masonic Brotherhood.
didn't know that
I'm a Mason,
until-
but I'm not a Shriner. So you can be a Mason and a Shriner, okay?
Well, hopefully you show up.
You never know where I'm going to show up. For $7, what a deal. Okay, so we got a couple minutes left. So I'm going to kind of go right down the line here. So I'm going to start with Mom and tell people why they should come out to this huge event.
You should come out. There's going to be 300 gift baskets.
Well, we didn't talk about that. So this is like Chinese auction type thing?
Yes. Yep. And just to hit the music, and you hear Shriners, but to actually physically see some of the children, that'll be great. And it's just going to be a great time. Raise money to help kids. We enjoy volunteering. That's why this is right up our alley. So yes, come out to the event. You can see us. We're going to be there, and it'll be great.
Okay, now Savannah, before we forget, you have a special project that you're doing with 4-H. So can you talk a little bit about that?
I show pigs for Crawford County 4-H.
Uh-huh. And you're in some competition right now.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the competition?
So, if you don't know, Ranger Rick is like a magazine that they send out to kids and stuff. And I'm running to be in one.
Okay, in the
So
competition.
it's $20,000, and you can be in the magazine. So we got that going on. We are raising money for the Higgy Bears.
Higgy Bears?
We sent a letter to our state senator to try and get the age that's for Pennsylvania that scoliosis is tested is in 6th grade, which we're trying to get that moved up to help catch it earlier. And we wrote to our governor if he would declare June as National Scoliosis Month, and we did receive an email back. So for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, June is Scoliosis Awareness Month.
Holy cow!
That's great.
You're important.
And in September, we were invited by our local Zem Flyers to go to Virginia Beach. All their association is having a big meeting. Everyone's going. So they are putting us up in a hotel on the beach. So we're going to go and promote
Virginia Beach.
in Virginia Beach.
I like it there. All right, Nancy, you get the last 30 seconds here.
I do? Okay.
So wrap it up.
All right, I hope everybody comes. $7 admission in advance. Contact the hospital or myself for advance tickets. 12 and under are free. Friday, the gates open at 1. Saturday, the gates open at 9 in the morning. Camping's available. There's going to be Shriners. There's going to be lots of food. Please come and help support the Shriners Children's of Erie.
We just did, and we hope that all of you will as well. Well, I'm Doc Hamels, and Tracy and Savannah and Nancy have been my guests today, and the chauffeur Brad over there in the back. So, great event. Check it out, folks. Lots to do in Chautauqua County area. We support our friends in Pennsylvania across the line. So get out there and support, because I know kids from New York State go to Shriners as well. Okay? We're going to do this all again next Saturday morning right here on Access Chautauqua. Have a great weekend. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Take care now.